Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today's guest is proof that leadership doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. She blends strategy with compassion, structure with soul, and shows us that confident learners create thriving communities. From classrooms around the world, cannot wait to hear this, to building a mission driven company, she's rewriting what education can look like when connection leads. Please help me welcome the amazing Amanda Sinnott. Welcome, Amanda. How are you today?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, wow. So, okay, this is going to be intriguing. Classrooms around the world. All right.
Yes.
Tell me what it's about, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I was able to spend some time in Ghana and do some work in schools and classrooms over there. Um, it was it was you're seeing teachers make these big impacts with not as many resources as you would need, and I that's really what drove me to start my business was my time in Ghana because I saw that impact of that one-on-one communication with a student or that gentle push of, hey, this is the piece you're missing here. And so that one-on-one interaction and and tutoring and education that really sparked my fire, I guess, was that experience.
So, the experience here, where has it mushroomed to? What have you done? And where is this going to, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so it's definitely grown. I've done some ESL type tutoring, English as a second language. I currently now though am the founder of Hello EDU. So what I do there is work with families and parents directly. Um, to help them enjoy learning and to really support those families and I do tutoring coaching. I've been doing a lot more online content and just trying to spread the love of learning and kind of get that fire that I have for school and education into the hearts of these children as well.
Yeah, that is one of the hardest things, 'cause some children just don't wanna learn, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I get that a lot, and I also get that these students don't really want to listen to their parents, and so they really just need that adult that is not them to help kind of guide their students because once they get to a certain age, they really don't want to listen to mom and dad. So it's nice to have an ally in that sense too to help with that.
So what is your age group you work with mostly?
Yeah, I work with students. I do K through 12, and so yeah, I've also done pre-K. I've also done GED, but a wide range. A lot of what I do is executive functioning, ADHD, those types
Mhm.
of foundational skills. And I don't really do one off. It's always a package. It's always a long term relationship building thing because as you work with them, as they begin to trust you, you can really see those gains compound and they just get so much more confident with school and they don't even feel like they need a tutor anymore but then they're learning so much other stuff that we keep working on that and helping them grow. So it's been fun having students start with me in middle school and then now working with them on getting into college and just kind of having that relationship grow long term is has been really fun.
So I have few friends that actually are on the other end of it. They deal with the parents of it.
Hmm.
And so you are actually dealing with the student. You deal with the parents to get to the student, I'm sure, and you're doing more tutoring type thing, or explain how that actually works if you don't mind for our audience.
Yeah, so it's tutoring, but it's more academic coaching because it's teaching them the skills how to learn. So I think I even just posted something today that's it's not about being smart or learning the information. It's about learning how to learn. So I think just giving them those strategies on learning how to learn, learning how to do school. It's not as much as giving them the knowledge. It's just giving them that framework and those guidelines. So I've been really trying to get that message out more and let people know, hey, it's not an intelligence based thing. It's steps, and you follow these steps. You can get any assignment done. You can get any grade you want. It's just you got to follow these guidelines and then you can make it happen.
It's just a system that you put in place,
Mhm.
you follow the system, and voila, magic happens, right?
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the key. I mean, because schools don't teach you how to follow the system to make that magic happen. They're like, "Go
Mm-mm.
learn it." Well, wonder if you don't know how, correct?
Mhm. And then, so many students, they're falling through the cracks if they just spaced out for a minute, they miss something, and then they miss everything after that because they miss this one foundational piece, and then everything else doesn't make sense. So, throughout my time, I've just noticed that, taking that time and having, which teachers can't do, they're too busy, but having that one-on-one moment of like, what did you miss? What puzzle piece isn't in place right here? Because then the train gets back on the tracks. If you figure out where it went off, there's always a solution. I think that's the really empowering thing for families to know, is that there's always a way to figure out what happened, and to help them. So
So, your experience around the world teaching in classroom is what started you on your entrepreneurial journey. Is there anything else that fueled that fire?
yeah, so I've also, my background includes, I worked at a public charter school for 7 years. I was also the family engagement administrator. I was a trauma informed truancy officer. I've worked at an autism development company. I've worked at a test prep company. I'm currently a STEM educator doing field trips. And what else? Oh, I've been doing some AI training contracts as well. So I'm seeing how education's changing in real time because of AI. So I have just all these different experiences in the big picture of education, which has, kind of had me narrow things down and be like, wait, I feel like I can see it from this zoomed out perspective, and I know the secret ingredient, what works, is definitely that one-on-one support. And I've seen it from all these different roles I've had, but that's the real thing that makes a big difference. And that trauma informed lens too is, if the students don't feel supported, if they don't feel safe, if they don't feel comfortable, they're not going to learn. Like, we have to have that foundation of trust in place first. And um, something that really stuck with me too is, there's all this research about, if there's just one adult that believes in you when you're in school, it cuts the dropout rate by like 60-70%. It's huge, just having one person believe in you. So that was like a statistic I read at some point that got lodged in my brain forever. And I was like, how can I be that adult and believe in these kids? Like, how can I do that on the largest scale possible? So yeah.
Yep. I agree. I mean, one person believing in you and not even in school, that's in life in general. Just
Mhm.
having that one person believe in you makes a total difference.
Agreed, agreed.
All right. So let's talk about a letter to your younger self. If you were to give your younger self some advice, what would you tell her?
Yeah, so I had to think about this. If I was gonna tell my younger self something, I think it would be to, like, fall in love with the process, not the outcome. So fall in love with the steps that you're taking to where you want to be. So, when you're in school, I have my bachelor's in communication, my master's in education. If I am just focused on, I need this degree, I'm not going to be happy the whole time I'm in school doing the class, because I don't have my degree yet. But if I enjoy school, I enjoy learning, if you're enjoying the process, it brings, it just brings your it brings you joy. It's like, you have to love the process of things. And then, especially with starting your own business, the same thing is,
Mhm.
enjoy the process of building. Enjoy when you, okay, that didn't work, that was a learning experience. All right, I couldn't Google my way out of this, this scenario, I had to figure it out for myself. Like, you have to really just love the process of failing as you build your business, and learning along the way, because there's just, like I said, there's stuff you can't Google or AI now, but there's just so much out there. You have to, you know, be in love with the journey, basically, and also with uncertainty. If you want to be an entrepreneur and be self-employed, you really have to embrace the uncertainty of things, because you are your own boss. And it's like, oh man, my boss is on one today. And it's like, it's me. Like, I have to, I have to be, on my A game for myself. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, you do. You do. And so you mentioned journey. So I wear a ring and it says a journey of 1,000 steps begins with the 10,000 miles begins with the first step.
Yes.
And it's just so true.
Mhm. That's something too with executive functioning. I've been talking about, using AI for that because that first step is so hard for all these people. Like what do I do first? Like I don't even know. So that's just a tool that we've been using is using AI for good and to get that first step or put in your ideas. Like how do I start? So there's a lot of resources now that were not available recently. So
No, we had to
yeah, that's
go old school.
I know, I always see, like, people like, "Oh my gosh, you think of the papers I could be writing if I was in school now. I could be writing books on books."
I know, saving so much time, huh?
For sure.
Yeah, and you talked about falling down and getting back up and how
Mhm.
that happens. That is true in the business world, that is true in educate college, that is true in high school, that is true in grammar school, that is true as a toddler and as an infant. So, we're always failing or messing up on something, and don't you find that is the best lesson?
Oh, yeah. You learn so much from what you didn't get right because you're like, "I'm never doing that again." So, yes. And what if taking making a mistake, that's your first step to getting it right, as long as you keep going. You have to just keep going and be like, "Okay, that was just part of it." Like you got to let it brush off you and just it's just part of the process. So, and I think a lot of
Yeah.
people do. They get really discouraged or shut down if they're making mistakes and they want to be perfect. And I always tell my students too, done is better than perfect. Just get it done. Like, let's not focus on it being perfect because done is better than perfect in almost every aspect of life. So,
Yeah, with business, with everything, that is the
mhm.
key. All right, what about a game changer? Like, what's one key habit or strategy, you like strategies, that, shifted your business that maybe you thought maybe, that wasn't gonna work, but it did?
Mhm. Yeah. Let's think. So I guess going from, the biggest risk I took was going from working a 9 to 5
Mhm.
to going all in and be like, you know what, I'm going to go all in on tutoring. I did it, here and there as a side hustle. I would tutor students, nothing like I do now. But I would dabble in it and I did for other companies. But yeah, deciding, like, trusting in myself, taking that risk and saying, "You know what? I can do this full time. This is what makes me
Mhm.
happy." I am burned out working 60, 70 hours a week and, 9 to 5. It was like my whole life. And I look back now and how many years I was just trading my entire life for these places I was working for. And it kind of killed me inside. I was helping, and I think too, as women, we are so conditioned to, especially working in education, to just give all of yourself. And especially working with at-risk students, it was just so easy for me to morning through night. I'm thinking about these kids. I'm just giving everything I could, but the system I was in was not effective. It was a broken system. It wasn't me not giving enough. It was just this institution was not set up correctly. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but basically
That's
I feel like
okay.
we can still give so much without trading our entire life and sacrificing our entire life. And so I think that's my biggest win, I guess, is I can give more and give more value and deeper, having this smaller caseload and being able to work with people more in depth instead of kind of giving little pieces of myself to hundreds of families. It's a lot easier
So do you
to
do
manage.
one-on-one or group or both?
I do both, yeah, mostly one-on-one. I've been doing some group work throughout the years. I Stardew Valley Club, Minecraft Club, some kind of clubs, things like that. I am trying to open into more group work because I only have so many hours in a day, and
Mhm.
and so I've been talking to some of the families on the wait list about doing something like
Mhm.
that, or hey, maybe we could transition to this.
So the other question I have, Do you do virtual or in person?
Yeah, so right now I'm doing primarily virtual. I have done in person before. So um, I try to do in person, to start with to kind of set that foundation if needed. I've also found that working with students online, especially students with ADHD, doing virtual, I'm the screen time, so they're paying attention to me. So I feel like it's kind of a nice hack. And I found if I was doing home visits, they would want to show me all their toys. They would want to give me a tour, all
Mhm.
this stuff. And so being just teacher on the screen time has seemed to actually help with that focus and kind of, I use lots of different materials and things like that. Just fun things to show online. So
So you can deal with people all over. You're not limited to just your local area. That was my
exactly.
biggest,
Yep.
yeah, awesome, awesome. All right, a confession. This is an entrepreneurial question. What do you wish, I mean, you started your business. What do you wish people would they would kick to the curb about being in business or starting a business?
Yeah, being in business or starting a business, I guess. I mean, it's it's not one size fit all. That's so cliche, but it really is not one size fit all. I also think my biggest thing I've learned is hustle and bustle, hustle culture. That was not for me. That's what I did for 15 years. I was go, go, go. Like I said, 60, 70 hour weeks. Like that's how I'm getting stuff done. And I really have, especially lately, realized, calming your nervous system and, focusing on yourself and doing self-care and really putting yourself first is going to have this trickle down effect in your whole life where opportunities will, it sounds cheesy, it sounds woo woo, but the opportunities start flowing to you once you've taken care of yourself and once you've calmed your nervous system. And I fully believe that your energy and everything like
Mhm.
that, you attract these new opportunities to you. So I guess long story short is I'm a little woo woo, and I do think that, but I used to be corporate, so I feel like since I've done both, I've seen that it works, and calming your nervous system and just, yeah, all of that really helps um, bring it joy in your life and opportunity in your
Yeah, I'm called woo woo, so I'm okay.
life.
I have friends, I go, "You're just a little woo woo angel." I'm like, "I know, thank you."
It works, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit about life balance. Do you believe in it? Not believe in it? It's a combo out there.
Yeah, definitely. So kind of off of what I just said, I definitely believe putting yourself first and taking care of yourself. So work life balance. I mean, at the same time, I love what I do so much now. And I have these systems in place. I have these strong relationships with my clients. I don't feel like I really need or have the need for work life balance. And I feel like
Mhm.
that's the ultimate dream is to get to that point where it doesn't feel separate, but not in a workaholic way. It just feels really aligned with who I am. My clients are aligned. I know that I'm helping. Um, it's just it's beautiful. Like I feel really lucky because I've been on the other side where I would try all these tricks. I would try everything with my inbox. I would try to only work in a certain room in my house. I would just try every work life balance trick I could. But I'm just at a point now where my work and life, it's just naturally balanced. So
Yeah,
I think
it's a
that's the
flow.
dream is to get to that point. Yeah, to be in that flow and just everything feels intentional and right. So
So what advice would you give to a fellow entrepreneur who is sitting there going, "Okay, I'm ready to just quit. I've done everything and nothing's working yet."
hmm yeah. So if you're at that point, I would just reevaluate what are you doing? What problem are you trying to solve? So what problem are you trying to solve and how are we going to solve it? If you get to the point where you're feeling burned out and it's not working, that's a signal from your body. Something needs to change. If you don't feel right, that's your brain or your subconscious even saying, okay, change something. So I think just kind of looking and sitting with yourself and saying, what part of this isn't working? What part of this doesn't make me feel excited? And you just kind of need to follow your excitement. When you think about something about your business and it gets you excited and happy, it's like, okay, let's follow this road and then do it again. If you're at a stopping point, let's think, like the Marie Kondo, we're gonna find what sparks joy and we're gonna get rid of the rest. So kind of like that, but with your business journey too.
Great, great. I love that because it's so true. You have to find what you love, and if you're not loving it, you're not gonna it's not the needle's not gonna move.
Mhm. And also just read of what does success mean to you? So for me, success is I want to be happy, I want to feel content, I don't want to feel stress, I want to be helping people. That could look really different for someone. So you have to also find what are your life values? What is your goal of starting this? Like what is success for you? Because it's going to look different for everyone. Some people it's like I want the $1,000,000 business. I want to be on the phone all day. I want to hustle and bustle, and if that makes you happy and fulfilled, yes, go do that. But it can look different for everyone. It just really depends on what's gonna fill you up because this is our one life we get. Every day could be your last day. Let's be real. And it's like you have to feel happy every day with what you're doing.
Yeah, you do. You do. I mean, I'm the queen of that, like, I'm not happy with it, it's like, "Okay, what can I do to make this better?" And
Mhm.
maneuver it to where I need to maneuver it to. So, yeah, thanks for that. Alright, what about a sneak peek into the future of your brand? What's going on? What can we keep an eye out on for?
Yeah, so I've been posting online, mostly Instagram, and I've been building up my Instagram lately, which has been really fun. But I have been working on a DIY sort of teach your kid how to read course where obviously there's only one of me. I can't do one-on-one tutoring for the whole world, even though I wish I could. So I'm trying to put this course together for parents who do have the time to work with their students for pre-K and K and kind of go through different reading strategies and methods of hopefully getting your kid to read before kindergarten. So that's been really exciting with the clients I've been you know, they've been my guinea pigs for that and it's working and that's the exciting part. I'm also yeah, just like I said, posting on online as well and trying to just kind of share some ideas and strategies, fun tips and tricks, along with some like longer form things. So
And a potential group class coming out, right?
yeah, I'm working on that too. I have a wait list right now, but I'm trying to it's like matchmaking. I'm trying to matchmake these groups with the grades, the times, everything like that. So I'm really hoping to get that up and running very soon.
That's great. Alright, tell us on the fun side now. We're getting flipping the switch a little bit. What is something unexpected that you've done that you'll surprise us and go, "Oh, she didn't do that."
Something unexpected. Well, I don't know if it's expected or unexpected, but two of my favorite things to do are skydiving and scuba diving. So I like jumping out of planes and jumping out of boats. So I feel like I've been up and down. So skydiving and scuba diving are two of my favorite things to do.
Okay, I've been waiting for somebody to say skydiving all day, and you did it, so there
Yeah.
you go. Alright, let's pump up some anthem here. Give me a song or songs that you love.
Okay, so when I need the pump up, the work song by Britney Spears, that's my pump up song. When I need to find my center and recenter, I listen to the Beatles. Like Let It Be by the Beatles. That song really gets me like locked in. Like that song will get me like, okay, what is the purpose, But when I need to like do my chores and get some stuff done, I'll be listening to Britney Spears. So Britney Spears and the Beatles. It really depends on the goal.
That is so cute. Okay, I can see you as a Beatle fan.
Really? Ah.
Yeah. Alright, book or books?
Yes, so I love thriller books. My Kindle is full of thriller books, but one of my go-to books when I need to get in the zone is it's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I've read that book, I don't know, 5 times. It just really is about being in the moment, not letting your thoughts run off. And I think that's also, especially if you're a planner and an entrepreneur, you want to think 1,000 steps ahead. You want to think behind you, everything you've done. Okay, did that work? That work? Oh, is this going to work? So I think that is a really important skill set to have, is to stop and just, be in your mind, be in your body, and try to stay in the moment. And I think those answers will come to you when you're not chasing for them.
Yeah. I love going 25, 30 years out and working backwards. That is my
Yeah.
jam. I mean, even when I plan out the whole year, I like going a year out and work backwards and then look at it from a perspective. Okay, be open to life throwing curves or some
Hmm.
miraculous thing is going to happen.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. A quote or words that you live by.
Yes. Words I live by is, I don't know if it's an official quote, but education is one of the only things that people can't take away from you.
Mhm.
And I had a rough pre-college was rough for me. And education really was that structure in my life that I needed at that time. And having those words in my head getting me through college. And then also when I see students that are struggling, giving them that, you know, that I don't know what to call it, but like that milestone or that achievement or that, this isn't like getting something. This is something about you now. Like that is a part of you. And I just love that, no one's gonna take away this education. You have it now. Like you have this knowledge. This has elevated you like to these next levels. And I just I don't know. I'm not saying it right, but that is
No,
just
you
something
are.
that's really, powerful, I think.
Yeah. Nobody can take away the knowledge that you already have acquired. It's in
Mhm, and
there.
it's
It's for
and it's
you.
accessible, yeah, so
Mhm. Yeah, you were saying
mhm.
it perfect. It's awesome. All right. A superpower. You can have it for only 24 hours.
Oh
What would
my
it be?
gosh. This one's always so hard because I go between, um, flying or actually maybe teleporting and just like bam, 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 teleport every major place I wanna travel to, I guess if I have 24 hours, just like, "Okay, I'm here, I'm here. I'm in Italy, eat some pasta real quick." Or lay on a
Uh,
beach for like 5 minutes, just kinda like speed run the world travel.
that's cute. All right. Um, do you have like a gift for our readers and how they can stay connected with you?
Yes, of course. So I have a referral code. So if anyone wants to sign up for a tutoring or coaching package, you can do FEM, and send that to me. And just so I know you heard about us through this podcast or magazine, and you can get $100 off of your package as a thank you.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And I mean, guys, just know, I mean, we have, she's virtual. She can do it from anywhere. And she has a whole strategy in place. So get ready.
Yep.
All right. Do you have a mic drop moment for people and to give them some advice that maybe we haven't talked about yet?
A mic drop moment. I think if you're in this situation where you're wanting to build something, you're wanting to do something, just yeah, come from this like inner place of peace and calm within yourself. Like don't try to do something cuz you see someone else doing it, or don't try to, oh, this is what's hot right now. I'm going to do this. Just find what is that quote, like the if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, or you work 24/7 if you have your own business. But you have to really find something you truly love and that makes you happy and that does not feel like work. And I really think that's kind of the secret. Not the hustle, but like finding that thing that makes you feel calm and peaceful, that really brings you joy.
Yeah. Well, Amanda, you definitely embody the joy of what you do. And you just ooze out of you going, oh my God, I love it. You can tell so much. So I want to thank you for being here.
Aw, thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.